Welcome to the Leadership Kit.
Dude, my boss sucks.
Bro, you work for yourself. Last week we talked about cutting the cancer out of your organization, and I had the privilege of talking to a guy who works for a pretty large business. They have over 40,000 employees, and yeah, they're no joke. But he was telling me he had an issue with a guy on his team who would come into work and then would pull everyone away from their jobs. Like, oh, you don't have to do that right now. Come with me. Let's go take a smoke break, or let's go to make a Starbucks run. Let's go hang out over here instead. That's fine. The job will get done by somebody if you don't do it. Well, the thing about this job is the last time this company had a job not make their schedule, it cost them over $2 billion, billion with a B. So if you have somebody on your team that might potentially delay this project and set you back with billions of dollars on the line, you've got to get rid of that guy. And of course, my friend agreed. His only problem was this guy is his supervisor.
So John Maxwell talks about the law of the lid. He's got a book called 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, which is one of the best leadership books on the planet. So if you haven't read it yet, please go check it out. So the law of the lid says two things. For one, the people I lead can never surpass my peak. So if I'm we'll just say a 7 at leadership, the people that I'm leading are never going to become an 8 or a 9 or a 10. They're always going to hit my lid and then settle somewhere below it. Another thing that the law of the lid says is that you attract people that are equal to your leadership. So if you're a 7, you're not going to attract a 10. You're not going to attract a 9. You're going to attract 7s and 6s and 5s, not somebody better than you. Having somebody in your organization that puts a lid on your capabilities is going to stifle your entire organization.
Back to the matter at hand, the guy I was talking to, his growth and his potential is obviously limited by his supervisor. He cannot get more productivity out of his team if his supervisor is constantly bringing their productivity down, and there's nothing he can do about it. Maybe you're in a similar situation. You have to consider where you're at, and is this good enough for you? Are you happy never growing any more than where you're at now? Are you happy never reaching new heights? And if so, then you just deal with it. If not, you need to find a way to change your position. You need to get out from underneath that guy. You need to show that guy or girl how to bust through their own lid and break their own limitations and get better. Or you need to quit your job and go find somewhere else to work.
Now, the thing with the law of the lid is it's kind of like a salary cap in basketball. It's not always such a hard cap. Like, I might not be great with people, so I make sure I hire someone who is great with people to work under me, and they kind of fill in a lot of my holes. The thing is, I remove myself from limiting them at the thing that I'm weak at. I get out of their way. There are some ways sometimes to navigate around that when you have a boss that's holding you down, when you have a superior that's holding you back. But oftentimes, even that is only a temporary fix. For instance, when our friend's supervisor shows up at work, he automatically goes straight to him and he says, my people are working hard. We don't need distractions. If you want to go chill out today, just leave. Don't even bring any of my people along with you. Just go ahead and take off. Take the day. I won't tell anybody. I don't care. And that becomes, at least for the day, he's got the lid out of the way. He can do whatever he's got to do and get his job done and get it done well, better than it would have if the guy stayed around. The problem therein is that it isn't a permanent fix. The next time this guy shows up, if he's in a bad mood and you tell him he needs to take off, it may make matters worse. If he if he's bringing somebody with him that he's training and he can't leave, it's still going to be somebody that you have to deal with slowing your people down. So like there's always some kind of caveat to the quick fix. You've got to really consider, is this something that I can live with? You don't have to present an ultimatum every time, but you do have to decide, is this something that I can live with, or is this a make or break for me? Is this an area that's actually holding me back, or is this just something that annoys me a little bit?
If you find yourself in this situation, it's just not fun. And you're going to have to figure out the best path moving forward. You're going to have to make decisions, whether it's to stay, to leave, to confront the person who's holding you back. That's up to you. And there is no quick fix for that. However, you may find if you're in a leadership position and you're supervising other people, you're their lid. Mm-hmm. And you may not see it. You may not know it. You have to ask them, hey, how am I holding you back? What can I give you that's going to make you better at your job? I want to set you up to succeed. How can I do that? I want this organization to grow. And if you're worried about people underneath you showing you up, you're never going to get to new heights. So you have to learn that if somebody's better than you at something, get out of their way. Don't be their lid. You may not be the best at everything. And in fact, you aren't the best at everything. If no one's told you, we're telling you now. You're not the best at everything, but you are the best at some things. Those other things, if someone's better than you at it, get out of their way. Don't be their lid. Don't hold them back. And in fact, give them a path and direction on how to succeed at it, because you are best at leading. That's your job. That's your role. That's your purpose. That's where you thrive. So unless it's the thing that only you can do, if you've got someone better, let them do it. We've said it a million times and we'll keep saying it.
Sometimes you've just got to remove yourself and get out of the way. John Maxwell calls it the lid. We call it the gatekeeper. Keep making sure you're not the one keeping people from progressing.
If you like these videos and you want to see more, please click the subscribe button. It lets us know that you're watching and you care. What do you want us to talk about next? We'd love to know. Please leave a comment below.
We'll see you guys next week on TOK.